Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Rum and Cinema. We're back. We took some time off, but we're back and looking forward to 2024. But we also want to spend some time looking back at 2023. So that's what today is about. We're going to be going through our picks for movies we didn't have a chance or want to talk more about from 2023, some TV shows, some comedy specials if we have time. And then we're going to end with a game where we pick the Golden Globe winners. Oh, joke's on them. We've only seen about 10% of the movies. Hey, all right. You can find us at youtube.com/@RumandCinema. Subscribe to keep up to date with our new episodes as we release them. You can find us on TikTok @RumandCinema and on podcasts where you get your podcasts. I am joined by always my wonderful guests, Nate and Jake. Jake, how are you?
I'm doing great. Feels great to be back in the saddle.
Oh,
we had a little bit of a hiatus.
Yeah.
But now we'll see if we can't get the ball rolling again.
I have a question. How many movies did you watch while we didn't do the podcast?
I watched more TV, but mostly I did a lot of math.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's basically a movie, right? You could have watched A Beautiful Mind, I feel like, and ended up in the same place you are now, right?
If I watch it enough times.
All right. Hell yeah. Nate? Off screen, Nate had a hard time getting this started. Not his fault. But he's here.
Generous.
And he's ready. I thought I'd be nice for the first one back, you know. Nate, how you feeling?
Yeah, it certainly got me in the mood for the first one. I feel like we had too many podcasts in a row where everything just worked.
Yeah.
It was appropriate to come back and spend the longest, I think, this year trying to get everything going. It's still not working,
you really made up for lost time on that one.
Yeah.
You just all backed
solid
up.
50 minutes.
Hey, we're here. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing good. You know, holidays fast approaching.
Yeah.
Maybe next year there will be good movies to watch.
Nope,
Excited.
because the writer's strike.
Oh, yeah, it's going to keep going.
Yeah. We'll find some.
Someday.
Yeah, Nate's the Sky is Falling of us, I think, for movies. I am the finding out that being a elitist with movies isn't fun and watching all the like action movies that I missed, Fast 10 being one of them, terrible. And Jake is along for the ride, you know?
Yeah.
He'll pick up a movie here and there.
I think it's also tough to find a movie that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
I think there's certainly better and worse movies, but there's very few movies where I'll be like, you know, that was not worth my time watching. Even a bad movie, I'll be glad I watched it once.
Wow. Hey, props. Nate, I feel like does not feel that way.
I was gonna say it's probably just me. I have some evidence of this because 2 days ago, Taylor and I watched Holiday again as like a Christmas, let's watch a Christmas themed fun movie.
Yikes.
And we remembered liking it. I think I might have wrecked it as like a dumb but fun movie. And the whole time we were watching it, I was like, why the fuck did we like this? This is fucking terrible. I mean, Taylor agreed with me. She was like, I feel like we did like it, not ironically, and I don't know why either.
You could pick Love Actually.
So it's not just me.
And you picked Holiday instead?
It's a stupid Christmas themed. It was, but we remember thinking it was funny. Like, it is trash. I still laughed at some parts. I think that we concluded there's a decent chance maybe we were high. Because there were quite a few moments where I was like, this would be funnier if you were high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's most movies anymore.
But that, maybe that's just indicating a trend. Maybe it's exactly the same quality. And I just don't like it anymore.
Maybe you're just an old curmudgeon anymore. all this time under the desk really got you to face yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So that's great. So what we're going to do first, we're going to go through some movies that we saw this year that we either didn't get enough time to talk about in our podcast or wanted to talk about and didn't. So I'm going to start with good old Oppenheimer. Hey, who here saw Oppenheimer? Huh? What a movie. God damn it, Dave. No, it was really good.
I didn't get around to it because no one was excited enough about it.
Yeah, it's that strange. It was
okay,
it was good. I thought it was the best 3-hour movie I've ever seen. But like, there's 10 of them.
RRR was better.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me. I feel like you're probably right.
And I don't know. It's so as I watch Oppenheimer, I'm like, really great movie.
Yeah.
And because I'll say something's a good movie if it's fun. I'll say it's a great film if it is objectively a good film. And Oppenheimer is also a great film. But it feels long. And I feel like there's a little bit of issues with jumping back and forth and kind of forgetting who the scientists are. And
yeah, there was a lot of people. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of cameos. I think the movie fell apart in the third act a little bit. I think that's where it started to get really slow for me. The first two acts, I felt like were really well paced, felt nice, didn't feel like a lot of time. And then the last one really drug along, which, I mean, it was like the political after effects of the bomb, which are interesting and I think merit maybe like a documentary, but maybe not like a movie portion. But it is part of the story. Movie. Well, it's never going to be a feel-good movie, but I think they could have ended in a different spot and it would have been okay.
Here's what I would say. Oppenheimer would have done better as an HBO miniseries.
Damn. Actually, though, I think you're right. Because they would have dove into things a little bit more. Yeah, if you'd give them 6 hours instead of 3.
Yeah,
and 8.
And as a miniseries, you can more compartmentalize. And, okay, this episode we're focusing on this. This time we're doing this.
So like Chernobyl. Like you want to Chernobylize Oppenheimer. Oh. I mean, would Nolan do that? I don't think so. But would I like to see it? Yes.
I think there's still this prestige in film.
Yes.
That's not there for a show. And I think it's completely fabricated.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than awards.
I think that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was agreeing. Like, other than awards, I don't know why. Like, I agree with you that it's there, but I don't know why it's there. We've had like very good shows that have come out.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
If I was going to give you like the top 3 things I watched this year, they'd all be TV shows.
Yeah. And like we have all these streaming services. It's pretty rare that I hop on and I'm like, I want to put on a movie.
Yeah. But is that an attention span thing?
I'll put on a show. Well, I think part of it yes and part of it no. It's because I'll watch, 2 hours of a TV show at once. So it's not like I can't pay attention.
Yeah.
It's the fact that a lot of times when I'm putting on a show, I'm doing it with the understanding that I'm not sitting down to watch this show. I have this show on while I do other things. And I feel like that carries over to shows better than movies.
Definitely. But like some TV I think a TV show that pulls me out of that is the thing that stands out to me more than like a movie that keeps me off my phone. You know what I mean? Like The Bear. When I was watching The Bear, I did not look at my phone. Didn't want it to end. Like I was down. And if a movie does that, it's great. But like I feel like every movie should do that. So when it doesn't do that, it pulls me out of it easier than when a show doesn't do that. It's like, oh, it's a show. Who cares? So yeah, I get that.
I mean, that's probably what contributes to the difference in perceived prestige, though, is that a lot of people do put on a show not intending to just watch it.
True. And I think...
though it feels like it's changed recently. Like, I do feel like some of the big event stuff, like Game of Thrones, in its heyday and stuff, kind of was like that. Like, people, like, got together and watched it, or, it was a big deal to watch it. I can't think of anything that came out this year. Like, I agree The Bear did, but,
I think The Last
it's
of
not
Us
like it was like that. Go ahead.
The Last of Us came close.
Yeah. Oh. That was probably the most recent close one, I think. It was like Breaking Bad was a big one. Game of Thrones was a big one. And then Last of Us had moments of it. I think, like, people that don't usually watch that kind of show would talk about it. I do think the one person that would disagree with everything we're saying is Christopher Nolan, because he, like, put it on film for 70mm IMAX that was, like, 10 miles long and, like, made a whole thing about it. So, like, he does believe in the prestige of film, and I think that does exist, but I think you're right. The way we're consuming it right now is so different that, like, it's tough to justify it, which is why he pushes so hard for it in theaters. And I think why it...
Yeah.
But I don't think it needed to be seen in a theater. For me. For my viewing. I think I would have enjoyed it just as much at home.
I think that is partly why people like Nolan are pushing for that, though. Because I've seen a lot of think pieces, like video essays and stuff this year, talking about how that's starting, kind of happening with movies, even movies that come out in theaters, because the streaming services want them to be more like TV shows that you can like put on in the background. Like some pretty devastating reviews of movies where it's like, this seems like it was tailor designed to be background noise instead of an actual movie on purpose, because that's what Netflix wants you to do.
Yeah.
So I can see why like some of the more filmmakers are like, you know, perhaps overreacting, but like are really not thrilled and really want or pushing for the theaters.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to they have to figure out some way, because the masses will consume the way that they're going to consume.
Yeah.
And filmmakers have to be the ones to, if they want movies to stay as this art form, then they have to. I don't know though, because Nolan tries that with Oppenheimer, but I don't know.
I think it's studios as well. Like studios have to be able to risk their money in stuff, and I also think like the theater itself. Like I hate going to a theater just because it's like people aren't cool in theaters anymore. The moviegoers suck.
I still haven't had really a bad theater experience in recent years. It's happened, but
do you go late at night though?
Been quite a few years. What's up?
Do you go late at night?
Do I go late at night? Late. I mean, usually it's on the weekday after work. It's not. Okay. It's not like on the weekends when it's packed. That'd be the biggest difference.
I'm like a Saturday matinee guy. Like 10 a.m. First one. First showing, second showing of the day. And
that's better or worse, are you saying?
A little better. But yeah, like, first weekends suck.
I mean, pretty much every movie that I can see at Alamo, I see there.
Yeah. That's good shit.
But
I was to say though, one thing to it, like what you were talking about, the masses will consume as they consume. I think it's more. I think a lot of people don't like it. I mean, some do, obviously. I think a lot of what I've seen, and I wish I could better like regurgitate this argument as I heard it, because it was really compelling when I heard it. But like basically saying like it's the streaming services specifically want movies like this because it's better at keeping people like on the service if they can put it on in the background and not feel like they have to pay attention. And so they're putting their money towards that, like, and that's forcing the studios to produce stuff like that, where it's just like generic. Like, go ahead.
There's so many hours of that content already. Yeah. Like if I'm putting on something in the background, I don't care if it's a show I'll put on a sitcom for the fourth time in a row.
Easily.
You know.
Yeah.
Like it would never be, if it's a movie, it's going to be a movie I've seen before.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But are we like the last generation of that?
Oh, we might be.
Like, not background noise? Damn. Deep comment.
Yeah.
Shit. Oppenheimer. It's crazy.
I'll leave it. I'll bring up this movie because I think it came out this year.
Okay.
Oppenheimer is the best boring movie I have ever seen.
Damn, I'd agree. Yeah.
I think that's the best way to summarize it.
And I say it's the best 3-hour movie I've ever seen, which is kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah. Look, RRR was never boring.
Oh, god damn it. I keep forgetting about that. It's the best English language 3-hour movie I've ever seen. And it's better than Tenet, because Tenet sucked.
True.
Yeah. So it's not his worst movie. That's easy. Speaking of movies that are weird, Nate, what do you want to talk about? What's the first movie you want to bring up?
Yeah, I mean, I missed the memo slightly on the movies. I just put like the movies I was most interested in this year, which is like a short list. But they all mostly movies we talked about on the podcast already. Now I'll start with my pessimistic thing and say Dungeons and Dragons was the best movie that came out this year.
Wow.
Okay.
Fight me.
Interesting.
I had such trouble like coming up with movies that I don't know, that I was excited about this year.
Spider-Verse. You didn't like that? Oh, you hated that. I forgot. Yeah.
I did like Spider-Verse. I like Spider-Verse.
I know.
What'd you say about it? I don't.
I said you hated it, but you didn't hate it. You just like.
No, I don't think I had
anything
bad. I don't even think I was negative review on that.
Because I think that's better than Dungeons.
I'd say maybe it wasn't as good as the first one, but like I enjoyed Spider-Verse. That's just not one. I don't want to make a Marvel related movie my number one movie because fuck you guys. But
what about
I think I will say I'm more excited about Dungeons and Dragons than I am about even though it's an established IP, it's something new. And it was really well done and really enjoyable.
I would agree. I think it was the most
in a few years.
I think it was the most like surprising movie I saw this year. It was the one I was like pleasantly surprised was really good. I didn't think it would be that good. And it was awesome.
I'd actually have it up there with mine. It was going to be on my list, and then I saw that it had already been put up there by Nate to bring up for this. But yeah, same. I was shocked at how good that movie was. I was going in expecting that movie to just be not lame because it's Dungeons and Dragons, but lame in a way of like, okay, it's just a cheesy film to play to the nostalgia of this D&D.
Hero goes on a journey, hero solves the journey, movie over. Yep.
And I thought I was going to like it because, oh, look, D&D thing. Oh, But no, I actually thought it was genuinely really good. Definitely want to see more from them.
Yeah, I agree.
I want them to continue those D&D movies.
And they can do like anything. They could have a whole new cast. They could have it doesn't matter. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
I'm kind of hoping they do both. Like do some with this cast and do another one.
Ooh.
They can go nuts as long as they keep the quality up.
True.
And the most important, I think what you're saying, Jake. Like, I think the reason you expect it to be bad or like expect it to be disappointing is because, and I would have as well. Like, you expect this to be written by like someone who doesn't get D&D, like puts in references and has people help, but like doesn't get it fundamentally. And it really, they do seem like they did. They like captured it.
Yeah, it seems like the perfect thing for like a studio head to make, some nerds to punch up, and then they send it out and it's crap. But it was actually like really well thought out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Thanks, Nate. That's a good one. Jake, what's the first movie you want to bring up?
Well, I'm going to bring up... So I want to talk about Guardians 3.
Oh!
But I want to roll into that since we already touched on Spider-Verse. I just want to talk about then how Marvel did this year.
Okay. Yeah. Love it.
Because also I throw in there The Marvels. And the Marvels was the worst showing that a Marvel movie has ever had, I believe.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like the greatest Marvel film ever. But The Marvels was really good. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I don't know why it underperformed. I mean, I
have 3 guesses.
Yeah. It's, obviously it has the all-woman cast and the woman director, and I bet there are people who like won't see it because of that.
For sure.
But
I don't think that's the Marvel crowd. Like the Marvel core crowd, I don't think feels like that.
Yeah. And also they have the issue of if you have this collaborative ensemble cast for a film, then it helps if you're invested in at least one of the other characters. And then again, you run into the issue of, okay, well, there's people who aren't going to watch Miss Marvel because it's about a Pakistani girl. There's people who aren't going to,
Yeah.
It's the source material that they came from is a lot more niche.
Yeah. Did they spoon feed you anything that you needed to know during that movie, or was it all kind of just because I saw it was like an under 2-hour runtime, and I feel like
it was pretty quick, and I think they did it really well actually. Okay. They gave everyone their quick, like again almost sort of like a comic book, like at the start, like oh this is Marvel has that sort of ability to do that without it being you can't do that in a lot of movies, just blatantly
Suicide Squad
narrate. But they did.
Well, yeah, you got to do it well. Also, I agree. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, again, that's when I saw At Alamo, and if you watch a movie at Alamo, they do have like movie previews, but before the movie previews, they show their own little films and things that they put together. And so one thing on their reel that they were showing was a quick recap of each of their 3 series.
Hell
so
yeah.
That was really nice.
That's sick. Alamo does that so well. They have like old timey concession stand stuff. Like, I saw the Batman there, and they showed like all the old Batman stuff and like how that worked. That was
like
fun.
Batman commercials from the 60s.
Yeah.
It's just fun stuff to see.
Sick. So Marvel had a weird year. I agree, but I think that so what would you say was the standout of those?
The standout was Guardians 3. I think Guardians 3 was a great movie and the best Marvel movie in a very long time.
Wow. I don't know if I agree, but I don't remember why.
Yeah, you weren't sold on Guardians.
I wasn't
3.
hyped on it, I don't think. But it was fine. I mean, it's a good Marvel movie. I think oh no, I did really like it because they had the whole Rocket backstory. I thought was cool. That was well done.
Yeah.
There's a lot of emotion I didn't expect to have during that movie. Like that. Yeah, I do remember that one standing out. It was really good. You're right.
Well,
yep.
And it's kind of funny because Marvel movies have, I think, fairly been getting a lot of criticism because they're like, look at Thor.
Yeah.
Look at the transformation as the Thor movies have progressed, and it's gotten wackier and wackier.
I believe it's pronounced Watitier and Watitier.
Yeah. Now, at a certain point, it's like too much.
Yeah.
But Guardians, which
you got to take
by
a break.
nature,
you know what I'm saying?
By nature is a lot more silly of a cast and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting more serious and more heartfelt. And look at what the best, in my opinion, the best Marvel movie was recently. It was Guardians 3, which still has that silliness, but man, they were able to pull together a pretty emotional film.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm just looking up other Marvel movies from this year.
Yeah, I keep feeling like I'm missing one.
Ant-Man sucked.
I've been trying to find the list. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't even see Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was bad.
Yeah, no one's excited about it.
Guardians 3, Across the Spider-Verse, The Marvels. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep saying that. And I feel like there's one more that I'm missing. But
the TV show?
I don't know. No. I mean, there were TV shows, but
Loki season 2, I heard that was okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Loki season 1 was okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch
so Loki
2,
season 2, I wasn't even gonna watch it, and then like I kept hearing it's pretty good, and then I started watching it and got bored and stopped watching it.
No.
And then I hear no, like the last 2 episodes are really good. I'm like, so I have to watch 8 episodes to watch 2 good episodes of TV. Like even people who are saying it's good are acknowledging like it drags for like the first 3.5 episodes, and I'm like, oh, come on.
That's not.
You just got to get through the first 2.5 seasons.
Yeah, it's like The Simpsons. You know, just get the first 4 and the last 20, and you're fine.
Great.
So Marvel, that's good.
Yeah, Guardians was good, obviously, and the Marvels was super weird, because I agree with you that like most of the reason why it didn't do well was one thing we didn't say, they couldn't promote it because of the writer's strike, which sucked.
Yeah.
That really sucked for them. And like lack of interest, like Captain Marvel didn't do incredible. And for good or bad reasons. Honestly, I don't think Captain Marvel is that great of a movie. I think the Marvels was pretty good. But I didn't think Captain Marvel was like standout. It was
Brie
just
Larson.
Brie
Larson's not that good as Captain Marvel. She's kind of flat.
Well, they pointed out like in the Marvels they give her more to do, and she is better. They just part is like they didn't give her anything to do in the original. But yeah, the character Captain Marvel was not very good in Captain Marvel, so like it was kind of middling performance. This one's way better. It did have problems. I appreciate them keeping it in a reasonable runtime, but there are like issues with most of the issues are with the plot. Like there's so many like things to nitpick that it's infuriating. And it's also infuriating because I don't want to like down on this movie because of the annoying people who are down on it for stupid reasons.
Yeah.
So it's just like
no, I hate the plot.
You know what? Overall, it was
too.
good.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I don't want people agreeing with me.
And I'm like, God, I have legitimate critiques on Rings of Power, but I feel like I just have to defend it on every turn just because people are bashing on it too much.
How do you be an ally and bash on Rings of Power at the same time?
Yes.
Like, let me be very clear. All of the actresses in the Marvels were great.
Yes.
But who the fuck decided to go to this planet for 5 minutes and then leave? So infuriating.
Have you guys watched the South Park special, the new one?
No, I haven't watched it.
So they make fun of multiverse, and they make fun of Doctor Strange specifically, because Cartman goes through the multiverse. Or no, Stan's dad does, Randy. And he's like, oh my God, look at all these different outfits I'm wearing. And like they're like, don't get too messed up in there, man. You got to keep your head together. He's like, I'm a construction worker now. Oh my God. And he's like, all he's doing is changing outfits. It's so good. It's such a well done. And it talks about like the whole, like how they push out stuff all the time. That was good. It's a good watch. It's a good one. But yeah, Marvel.
I mean, I guess that's the biggest Marvel takeaway is maybe they're learning their lesson. They seem like they're canceling a bunch of stuff and like rethinking things.
Are they going to be the next DC? Like, could DC take over in the next couple of years?
You know, I wouldn't honestly be surprised with what I've heard about James Gunn's DC verse. Like, I stand by DC has been absolute trash, but like I'm still optimistic hearing the stuff that he's doing. Like, the casting stuff that's come out from James Gunn's DCverse sounds pretty exciting, actually.
Especially with what we're saying here, the best Marvel movie this year being a James Gunn movie is a good sign going forward for DC.
Yeah, and
pretty sure Marvel just like
he's not doing any more Guardians, is he?
No, he's done. He's out at Marvel. I'm pretty sure he's off to.
That bums me.
I have a feeling it. Yeah, I have a feeling it mostly came from Marvel like half canceling him.
Yeah,
and he's just like, "Fuck you, I'm out." And I really feel like Marvel's fucking idiots.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Next one I want to talk about is No One Will Save You. It was on Hulu. It was a movie about aliens, and it fucking ruled. It came out around Halloween. It's basically like no dialogue for most of the movie, which I thought was an interesting way to do it. And it's a different take on. It's like if you saw Signs, imagine like the second or third act of Signs for a whole movie. Like the whole 10 minutes in, the aliens are already on the roof, and they're fucking with everything, and it's cool. And then it goes on this like little tangent about who is who, and that's interesting. And the ending is fun. I like the ending. Some people did not, but it's on Hulu. It's called No One Will Save You. It stars the girl from Booksmart, not Jonah Hill's sister, the other one, and she's in it. She does a good job, and it's just a fun take on alien movies. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, No One Will Save You.
Nice.
It's like a sneaky wreck.
Yeah. The Hulu. Nate, what do you got?
I'll pick the actual movie I watched that I assume you guys haven't seen, Saltburn.
Yep.
Saltburn was bonkers. That's the main thing I have to say about it. It's I guess like a psychological thriller for the most part. Rough plot is like, what school was it? I think it's Oxford. Like this two guys at Oxford. One's like kind of a loner. One's like the most popular guy in school, and he's like a rich aristocrat. Become friends, and then the rich guy invites that guy to Saltburn, which is like their family estate. It's like a giant mansion for the summer.
I think they call it a castle.
For the summer break. Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know. It's a mansion.
Okay. A manor.
But yeah, there you go. Okay. A manor. And things just like slowly go off the rail. It's such a good slow burn that turns into absolute madness.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, like the best thing I can say, if you want to see like like something that like strains credulity, like in our theater, someone actually said like the most insane scene that I'm not going to hint at all, and it's completely quiet in the theater of like 100 people, and then someone just goes, Jesus fucking Christ. like literally couldn't hold it in because they definitely didn't want to, and then like this like murmur of muffled laughter of like the tension breaking because it was so tense.
Oh my god! So it's like a hardcore version of what's that one we watched about anxiety, where the guy goes to the house and then like everyone's kind of a dick to him the whole time.
When you started describing this, I was like, didn't we watch that? That's what I was thinking of.
Everyone
when they're getting
makes fun of you or something. What's it called?
Something I can't think of the name of it either.
Everybody hates you.
All my friends hate me.
Yeah, all my friends hate me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like that was the comedy. Like we thought it was. I thought it was going to be a little scarier and more tense. That was the comedy to Saltburn's actual like madness. Like I have no other way to describe it.
I love Barry Keoghan too, so that's exciting.
Yeah. He's really good too. He's the main. He's the star.
Hell yeah, that's great. Yeah. I can't wait for that to come out anywhere that I can rent it and watch it because I'm pumped to see that. So Saltburn, good one. Jake, got another one you want to talk
about? This one, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Renfield. But that's because of Nicolas Cage's Dracula.
Hell yeah, that was fun.
I mean, it was a fun movie. You know, we talked about it here, but I mean, I love Nicolas Cage. And he's always wanted to be Dracula, and I think he's probably the best Dracula I've ever seen. So
he was awesome in that. He was really good. Yeah.
So I just wanted that to be a shout out.
Love that. Another shout out, Knock at the Cabin. I think that was M. Night Shyamalan's really good movie. It's on Prime, I want to say, or Peacock, one of those two, or both. Very fun movie. I think Nate didn't see it, but Jake did, and we did a game where we tried to convince Nate to watch it, and he said he wouldn't. But that's okay. Basically, it's like
the premise was that I read the book.
Yeah, that's not as good as the book.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. I want to read the book. That's on my short list of. I got like 3 or 4 fiction books ready to go, and that's one of them. But I really enjoyed Knock at the Cabin and the way that it built tension, because M. Night Shyamalan building tension is like, peanut butter and jelly. It just goes well together. So yeah, that was a good one. That's a fun watch if you need a little break in your holiday season. Throw on Knock at the Cabin. Nate, do you have something you can throw on during the holiday season? I'm looking at your list, and I know it's left.
I'm just gonna loop these two together along with Saltburn. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's just a year of me trying to find like the movies that break my brain the most.
He's like, it's because you hate movies now. You're like, I just want to feel something.
You're looking for the ayahuasca of movies, is what you're doing.
Basically, yeah. Like I think with Paprika and Everything Everywhere, we hit like peak, and I'm just still chasing that high. But I think both qualify. Like, Beau is Afraid is obviously nuts as well, and that's like how we expected it coming in. But I think Asteroid City did it too. Like, it was very meta, and the whole time I was just like the main thing you're taking away is like reality breaking stuff.
Yeah.
That's all I want to watch anymore.
On its Variety's 4 worst films of the year.
No.
Are Ghosted, Heart of Stone, The Flash, and Asteroid City.
Damn, The Flash too? Flash got strays on that one.
The Flash sucked.
No.
I want to be very clear.
No.
Flash fucking sucked.
No.
I'll say this. I don't think The Flash is 4 worst movies of the year.
No. God, no. I think Asteroid City's in my top 10.
I'm sure there are movies I haven't seen that are worse than The Flash. But it's the worst movie I saw this year.
Damn.
See, am I going to argue The Flash shouldn't be on that list? No.
Ooh.
I don't think it should be on the list, but it's close enough that I'm like, sure. But Asteroid City on that list that's a crime.
That's someone who hates
I will give you that perhaps Quantumania should have bumped it out. I forgot I did watch Quantumania on Disney Plus once it came out, and I like scrubbed through it. It's so fucking bad. I just had to know what was going on.
You didn't.
I think it's worse than The Flash. But that's the only reason The Flash doesn't belong on that list.
That's what I think.
I think we could bump another movie and leave The Flash and Quantumania.
I think that's what I said during my review was The Flash is the best Marvel movie that DC's ever made. And
yeah, you did say that.
I stand by that because I think it was better than Guardians 3.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. Bo was afraid.
It's like trying to see into your mind and understand what you mean by that.
The Flash is cool. I like the Flash. Sorry. Just calm down.
No.
It has problems, but the moments it's more moments stand out to me from the Flash than Guardians 3. Positive moments. There's probably more negative moments too, but the positive ones stand out more to me from the Flash. Like I can see it in my head.
I
Guardians
think
it took me a while.
I think the whole problem is like the ending. I hated the ending so much that it has tainted my entire experience of the movie.
Yeah, the multiverse ending. The multiverse ending was a waste of my time. I agree. But the first hour and a half of that movie, fun, cool story.
I think that is what I said when we came out too. I think I said I enjoyed the first half of the movie.
I think so.
But now I hate it because that's all I can remember is fucking Nick Cage, Superman.
Oh, that's Tim Burton too. That would have been sick.
We're so happy for Nick Cage that he got to play Dracula, but he always wanted to play Superman too. And you know what? He shouldn't get everything he wants.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if he even was aware that happened, but
yeah, I'd watch it. Obviously, I'd watch a Nick Cage Superman.
I would watch a Nick Cage Superman, just not that.
Directed by Tim Burton.
I would be interested in it if they said you're gonna play Superman and you have creative control.
Oh boy!
I bet that would be an excellent movie.
Be a hoot.
It would be what nobody's expecting, but it would work.
All right, here's the deal. Kal-El. He named his kid Kal-El. Did you know that?
Kryptonite.
No.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Nick Cage's kid is named
Kal-El
I'm pretty
Cage.
Sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Let me look. I want to make sure. Yeah, Kal-El and Weston. Basically the same name.
Nice.
Yeah. Tim Burton screwed that guy. And that kid. Not literally. Hold on. Edit that one out. Wednesday was cool, wasn't it? Who went last? Jake? Renfield?
Nate went last.
Oh, yeah. Jake, what do you got next?
I want to give another shout out to Barbie.
Shout out.
Barbie popped in this year. Everybody
popped off.
You say, "Oh, Barbie movie." Nobody gets mad, but you kind of laugh at it. It was coming out at the same time as Oppenheimer, so we got a lot of the great, Barbenheimer memes.
Yeah.
It was a really fun movie, and I would almost say that Barbie has had the biggest cultural impact this year. Or at least it's
the
up
most
there.
Prolific movie of 2023.
I mean, think about it's the Barbie movie was a tour de force.
It was,
and it's crazy. And I would love to see. I don't know how they measure this kind of thing, but I bet Barbie's PR shot straight up after that movie.
Yeah, I agree. More things
Just
were paid.
Look at, I don't know, Mattel's stock.
Well, if you look, Max just got Barbie, and it's everything right now on the Max homepage is Barbie. Barbie this, who was in Barbie, see their movies. I agree. I think that was a culturally impactful movie. I think Oppenheimer was the cinema version of that. No, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even the cinema version of that. It tried to be, but I don't think it was. But Barbie, yeah, you're right. The impact it had was pretty crazy. It's probably the Halloween costume of the year. It's probably some of the soundtrack of the year for some people. I can see that.
Yeah, I bet if you had to pick just one movie that you could talk about with most people in the U.S., it would be Barbie.
I'd back that up. I agree with that.
Not as exciting as you might have hoped, but Mattel stock did jump 18% from $8 or $18 to $22.
Hell yeah!
The week Barbie came out.
Ride that train.
Yep.
Nice.
Total.
And
yeah. That's sick. I love that. Barbie was dope. I agree. We'll talk about that a lot during the Golden Globe nominations because it was nominated the most. Granted,
interesting.
3 of them were songs.
I have not seen the nominations yet, so I'll be.
Yeah, I don't know any of the nominations.
It's movie and TV, so it'll be exciting. Shout out to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That movie was fucking awesome, and I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
The animation style was cool. The fact that it was like teenage kids as the Mutant Ninja Turtles was cool, and like they actually had like conversations, and it felt like they were all in the same room. Like that was really fun. The voices were good.
I saw that as part of like how they were filming it, and they would just let the teenage actors just do their own thing and like, you know, like sort of ad lib, and that's why the dialogue apparently just feels so good on it, is because it was actually them talking and just hanging out.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it was sick. I really enjoyed it. The story was cool. It like introduced. I've never watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a kid. I never watched it, and my wife loved it. So she was like, "This character and this character and this character," and like they did a good job of introducing basically all the main characters in one shot without being annoying, without overdoing it, without showing too much of anything. It was solid. I really liked, and the animation style was sick. It was really fun to watch. So I would say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles deserves a shout out.
Nice.
Nate, do you have another one? No. Jake does. But if Nate, if you think of another one, pop in.
Yeah. Well, I have the last one on my list is a movie I just saw yesterday. And for me, it is my movie of the year, 2023.
Shit.
And that is Godzilla -1.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. And it was a great movie. It was a great film.
Whoa.
This is the first Godzilla movie to have an amazing human storyline that you care about.
That's tough.
You really care about the, you know, it's, I don't know. They just nailed everything so well on this movie. They have just amazingly deep themes. You love all the characters in it. It's the perfect blend of an homage to OG Godzilla from 70 years ago and more modern film, and the sound on it is just the best. Like its theater run is almost over, but I would say please check it out in theaters if you can.
Hell yeah.
The Godzilla roar, of course, is iconic, and even though it's modernized, they put his old iconic roar like as undertones for it, so you can still hear it.
Love that.
They did a great job on that movie.
That's sick. I love that. Yeah, I've heard really good things about that, which is exciting to hear that they're true. Because a lot of times, like we were talking before we started, when we go into a movie with high hopes, it usually gets let down. But this one sounds like it lives up to it, which is exciting.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I want to quick talk about crazy long runs of movies. John Wick 4, Scream 6, Indiana Jones 5 or whatever, Creed 3, and Fast X. Part 1, family. John Wick 4, dope. Continuation of the story, brought in IP Man, the guy who plays IP Man. Awesome. Ip Man, I don't know how you say it. Scream 6, dope. Did a really good job. Scream 7 is probably going to be rough, though, because the 2 main actresses are out. Indiana Jones, sucked. Don't waste your time. Creed 3, really cool fight scene, really cool boxing scene. The rest of the story is kind of just fine, and they're doing a 4th one. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. Good on you, Michael B. Jordan. Get paid. Do it. And Fast X, blew donkey dick. I hated it so much. And that was after me hyping up the first 9. Being so excited for finally watching them all, and then that came out, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So the second one better be awesome. It was like, it was like Harry Potter 7 Part 1. It was just like they're out camping for 2.5 hours. Like, you don't fucking need this. No, give me the next one. So
maybe you've just become jaded with the Fast series.
I did. Fast 5, a whole nother notch, and then Fast 10 is like brings a little bit of Fast 5 back in, and like John Cena's in it, and Jason Momoa's in it, and spoiler alert, The Rock's in it. And like all this cool stuff, and now it's like, yeah, I don't care. So, yeah, sequels. It's the world we live in, and some were good, and some were dog shit. That's my take.
I feel bad how glad I am that you were let down by the Fast series.
This is the proof that you hate watching things.
Yeah, it is. Let's quick talk about TV. I just finished The Bear season 2. It was. I can't say it was the best show I've ever seen because Succession this year was out too, but goddamn is that show incredible. The Bear makes me. This season they did a really good job focusing on individual characters, but also building the story up, and it all culminated in really cool ways. They had a blow-off hour-long episode like they always do. That was amazing. The music was incredible. The acting was incredible. Yeah, The Bear season 2 was fucking rock star. Loved it.
I think The Bear season 2 is the best TV I watched this year.
Yeah,
possibly the best thing. Like, I like Succession, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed The Bear more. I was more engaged. A couple of the episodes were just absolutely incredible.
Christmas episode stood out.
Yeah.
That one was wild. And the setup for the next season, like at the end of the last episode, they set up every character for next season already, and you're already just like, I really want to watch this.
It's all coming back. Like, we kind of watch it in a flurry. No, I think you said that spoiler. Like the cousin episode was absolutely, so good.
Yes,
I'm tempted,
dude. It's
you have to watch it. I don't understand how we haven't like just pestered you into watching this by now.
It's
like one of the best new things.
You gave me a Hulu login though. I just
so you would watch it.
The stuff that FX puts on Hulu is probably the best thing on Hulu, I think. Other than Abbott Elementary, which I'll get to, but that one's really fun. Silo. I think we all watched Silo.
Yes.
Super fun. A little slow in the middle. I think me and Nate both, I don't know about Jake, but me and Nate both found it slow in the middle. But it picked up at the end. I liked it. I'm with it. I'm ready to go.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
I think I sent the text saying I was mad at Jake because Taylor loved it. It's like I was sitting there like, what are we watching right now?
It was really dark. It was hard to see a lot of stuff. That was annoying.
Well, they're in a silo.
Well, I know, but I have an OLED and it's light out here, so I figured out.
Silo I enjoyed so much. I didn't want to wait for more of the series, so I read the book. I'm now about 2/3 of the way through the second book.
Damn, nice. Worth it?
I'll say this. I was not happy with the second book.
Yeah.
Until about 40% of the way through.
So they Loki'd you.
Because they... So the first season of the TV show goes through half of the first book. And then the other half of the first book is, the story continues.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to the end of that book and you're like, oh my God, story, I gotta know what happens next. And the second book starts off with completely different characters in a completely different part of time.
Oh.
And you're like, okay, well, whatever, I'll get my background information.
Yeah.
I think it's the second book just isn't entirely on this other group of characters at an entirely different point in time.
Damn, okay.
Because 60% of the way through the book, and, it alternates, like, this chapter is following this character, this chapter is following, but it's still a completely different part of the timeline. And they have shown no sign of swapping back to the characters from the first book, the first season.
So we're kind of hoping the third one ties it all together, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely all tied together.
Yeah.
But I want to know how this part of it ends.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know: Does the book plot follow pretty closely with the show? Or does the show follow the book pretty closely?
Yeah, I'd say plot-wise, they didn't change anything that was major.
Nice.
They only changed the stuff to kind of make it more TV friendly.
Mm-hmm. Is there a satisfying resolution to the purpose of the biggest mystery in the first series of the TV show? We've all seen it, right? We've all seen all the way to the end.
Spoil away.
Of the helmet visualization. Is there a satisfying reason why they're doing this?
So like why they have that projection of everything looks.
Yes.
Yeah. So they do talk about why, and it's, I don't know.
And you're like, that makes sense. I would do that.
Nate's definitely gonna roll his eyes. Nate's gonna close the book and roll his eyes.
I'm so annoyed. It felt like such a it felt like such a forced twist.
But the second reveal did not feel like a forced twist.
The second reveal
when she walked over the hill.
No,
at the very end of the episode.
Yeah, that felt that
cool.
twist came through.
Yeah, that was cool.
So on that line of it, I got actually no, that's irrelevant. But I was gonna say what's interesting is in the book. So first episode of the TV show, the first thing they show that woman going out to clean.
Yeah.
But you don't know what happened, right? It's kind of a mystery. First chapter of the book, it very explicitly tells you what happened to her.
Oh shit.
And I thought, so that's why, because for a while I was saying the show is better than the book. And I think the show does a better job of maintaining the mystery of what is actually going, because the book pretty blatantly tells you right from the beginning, what took until, it wasn't until like toward the end of episode cleanings that you found out what outside conditions were in the show.
True.
But in the book, it tells you right in that first chapter.
Because it kind of like blipped. It blipped once when the power went out, and you could kind of see it for a second. And you're like, oh, that's different.
Oh, it blips and the power goes out, and you see the fake version of outside.
No, you see the real one when it blips for a minute. You see the real one, and then it comes back to the fake one.
Wait, are you saying the fake one is the apocalypse, or
no? The real one is the apocalypse.
Yeah, that's what they're seeing. It blips to the fake one.
The apocalypse. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
you're saying that it blips to the fake one.
You're talking about when they're in the lunchroom.
Which is that's why I'm so annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
But I think
it makes sense if you think the twist is that that they're showing a fake version.
Yeah. I get you.
Like, I understand why that video file's in their system. It makes no sense why the screen blipped to the fake version. Like,
I don't think that happens in the book.
This is where I'm annoyed.
But I think it blips to the real life outside. It's not a fake thing.
The real life outside is the apocalypse. That's what we learn at the end of the show.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not. Because she takes the helmet off and then it's like shitty.
Yeah. Because throughout the whole season, you think that the mystery is. Oh, it's actually nice outside. They're covering.
So does that mean that their emergency backup system is the helmet cam?
Well,
which wouldn't make much sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
that's why I'm annoyed.
Yeah, that's right.
The reason that they give for why they show the video to the people that got sent out to clean is that makes them go and clean the camera.
Yeah, they want to clean. I think they talk about that.
They hint that in the show. They say that in the show too. But like, I'm annoyed. I was very annoyed with that resolution.
Classic.
Oh, it's because they have it timed for how long their suits last out in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's anyone who just walks out there and goes right over the hill, then they'd be fine. So they need people to stop and be amazed at what they see, and then want to go back and take their time to clean the display.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay.
So that they die.
Yeah.
So that they die is a better explanation.
Yeah, I kept thinking that
it still doesn't explain the blip. If it didn't happen in the book, I'm bored with shit.
I thought they put something in the suit to make them die. That's what I kept thinking during the show.
I thought that was the case. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
When you think it's real, like it's good, you think I thought they were like pumping poison into the suit, and we were like, just take off your helmet. It's such a good mystery, and then I was so let down. But like you said, then I was flipped. But yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
The other kind of weird changes in the book, no one watches the cleanings because it's just
not an event.
Morbid.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And they specifically talk about how no one watches them.
Yeah, so I guess you gotta have.
So there was no blip.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Because there wasn't that scene of everyone watching.
Yeah, nice. Another shout out for a TV show. I just started watching Abbott Elementary. Hilarious. Modern Family if it happened in a school, basically.
I have seen a couple episodes of Abbott Elementary, and it was enough for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna watch this at some point.
Yeah,
just really funny.
I think I did the whole first season in like a day, and it was awesome. It's really funny.
Yeah, I think I started watching it this year too. I think Taylor had already watched it. I remember being convinced when I saw Donald Glover say that it was like his favorite show or like a must-watch show.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, now I gotta go watch it.
Hell yeah. Another FX on Hulu, Murder at the End of the World. There's 2 episodes left. It's fantastic. Clive Owen. It's a limited series. Basically, this guy who is essentially Elon Musk, he is played by Clive Owen. He thinks that the world is going to end because of climate, so he brings 8 people, or however many, I think it's 8, that he thinks are the smartest and brightest in their fields to come together and help come up with solutions. And then people start dying, and shit gets weird. And they tied in because the girl, the main character, their background is that of a writer. They wrote a mystery, nonfiction mystery, where they followed some clues, and her dad's a coroner, and like all this stuff. It makes sense. Where she's like investigating murders, and then she has to start doing that on the in their little area in Iceland. It's awesome. It's really well done. It's really well paced. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So, Murder at the End of the World. Also, yeah, go ahead.
You made me think of After Party came out in 2022, but the second season came out this year, and it held up.
So good.
It was just about as good. Yeah, it was that show just. I think they got a little fancier this season.
Yes.
I think they had a bigger budget and they did some more genre, which like is good and bad, but it was very enjoyable.
The Wes Anderson episode stands out to me still as like really fun. That was a good one. Yeah, the After Party season 2 was fun. And the main guy, I can't remember his name, but Dominic Woods is that his name or something? Something like that.
I think so, yeah.
But he's really good at improv, and you could just tell like people were just breaking all over around him. That was fun. Fargo, another kind of anthology style series on FX and Hulu. This year, John Hamm's in it. He plays a sheriff who is like super libertarian. Women need to know their place. And Juno Temple, who was in Ted Lasso, played Keeley, is a woman who escaped from his clutches and lived a new life, and now she's getting hunted, and she's a badass. And it's super fun and funny-ish. And they make fun of a lot of good stuff. So Fargo, it's not done yet, but it's going. Did you guys watch Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix?
No.
Holy shit, it was good. It talks about the opioid crisis. I don't know if anybody here knows the story of the Fall of the House of Usher from Poe, but basically a wealthy family makes a deal with the devil, and all their family has to die because of it. And each episode, a different member of the family dies. And it's in like excruciatingly graphic and gruesome ways. And it's Mike Flanagan, who did Bly Manor, Hill House, and Midnight Mass, which I haven't seen Bly Manor, but the other 2 are incredible also. Did it. So it's really well done horror, and talks a lot about opioid crisis and wealth and inequality, and it's another fun one. Fall of the House of Usher. Sick. Really well done.
Yeah,
sounds like a real bummer.
I will say, I mean, I saw tons of trailers for that. I didn't watch it because we don't watch a lot of horror stuff, but It does look like it delivered on the gruesomeness.
It goes hard. Someone gets ripped apart by a monkey at one point.
Excellent.
That was sick. Yeah.
There's an actual bummer, like it's a biopic. That's what it would be. A biopic series about the Sackler family. He's from Out of the Opioid Crisis. They're the family who like basically did the opioid crisis.
Yes.
I watched the first couple episodes. I didn't come back to it. I like got busy, but like it's pretty interesting. Also, like the one of the first scenes of the movie is what's the guy's name? The guy who plays I can't even remember his name. Agent something in the Avengers.
Coulson
plays like. What's that?
Agent Coulson or whatever.
Agent Coulson, yeah. He plays like the old dad that like dies at the beginning like of the Sacklers, and it's just like a story. It seems like a story that's like a real life story that's like passed down, like kind of mythologized about how he died. Like, because he's a doctor and he like went to the hospital and told him he's having a heart attack, and it's just really funny, honestly. Like, it's just like a story like that family like tells around the table about how like badass he was, but it's pretty funny. Even though they all sucked.
They're shit people, it turns out.
Yeah.
Very much so. Shrinking came out this year. It's on Apple TV Plus. Jason Segel, the lady from Daily Show, I can't remember her name, but she's awesome, and Harrison Ford play a group of psychiatrists, and Jason Segel's getting bad at his job, and he decides to start doing different stuff to help people. And the story's really well done. It's funny, it's sad, it's dramatic. I finished it on a plane. Like, that's how good it was. I just like binged all of them on a plane ride out and back from Miami. And it was awesome. Loved it. Shrinking. Do it.
Nice.
Who put One Piece? Who wants to talk about that?
I put One Piece on
Hit
there. Definitely remarkable in the fact that up until that point, every single anime to live action adaptation that they have ever made was awful.
Dog shit.
And it was like this recurring joke that wasn't a joke because it was true. And then so they announced it for One Piece, probably one of the most beloved animes of all time.
Big time.
And it turns out that they did it justice, and it was awesome. And I'm excited for them to keep going.
That's sick. Nate, did you watch it?
Yeah.
Agreed?
Makes you hope against hope that they figure out why it worked and start making them.
Yeah.
It could go one. They're obviously going to make a bunch more now, and so because they've done some in the past, and they always bond that it's a while before you get another one. Though Cowboy Bebop came out this year, didn't it, or did it come out last year?
It was. I think it was early this year.
Yeah. So I guess we got 2 this year, and Bebop had the expected result. I didn't finish it. But yeah, so you hope they figure out what worked, like, being more faithful, but like, getting why it works and only changing things that like can fit the format without changing why it works. We'll see.
I hate to be that guy, but Cowboy Bebop came out in 2021.
Ooh.
Yeah, old. We old.
It was caught in the COVID.
Yeah, anything from 2020 till now is basically the same year. So
I probably was late on watching it too. I've never seen the anime. Also, like, I hadn't seen One Piece, but I knew of both of them, but I obviously know One Piece is bigger, and
sure.
Also the show looked good, so I saw it right when it came out. This is Bebop. I was like, I'll see it at some point.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. And who put The Last of Us?
That was also me.
What do you want to say about it, other than it's great?
It is great, and I will say, are you two familiar with the story of The Last of Us 2?
No.
Nope.
I think it's like Ellie grown up, right?
It's shortly directly after.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. Then no, I have no idea.
But I'll say I'm curious to see if they'll stay as faithful.
Okay.
For the next season, because they are doing more Last of Us show.
Yeah, I enjoyed Nick Offerman's episode of The Last of Us. That was probably my favorite episode of television this year. I think was that episode.
Love will abide.
Oh, God, what a fucking episode!
Too good.
That was like the Christmas episode from The Bear, the last episode from The Bear, the last 10 minutes of Succession's last episode, and that were probably my favorite episodes of any TV show this year. They did such a good job on that one. That was awesome. And the whole show was good.
And it's another feather in the cap of Pedro Pascal.
True.
He's really been on a hot streak lately.
Literally. He's in that movie with Nick Cage too. That was really good.
Which one?
Fudge. I saw it. It was awesome.
I know what you're talking about.
Nick Cage plays Nick Cage, and Pedro Pascal plays like a drug runner.
Yes, I haven't seen it.
It's
I was
so fun. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Massive. Just based on the title, I was like, I want to see this. But
it's so well done. Yeah, if you're Nick Cage fans like we are, it is. It's pretty wild. Pretty enjoyable.
Pretty wild.
Pretty good. Not gonna lie. I love that. I want to quickly shout out a few comedy specials I really liked. The last couple weeks I've been watching a lot of comedy specials. Mike Birbiglia, Old Man in the Pool. Go ahead. Sorry. TV it up.
I did think of something that we hadn't talked about that I texted you guys about. It came out late 2022, but Andor is the only good Star Wars show that's come out. It's so good, though.
That's great.
Jake, you replied, no lightsaber, no watch or something. it's the only good thing. It's so good.
I like that.
Yeah. It I don't know. I don't dislike Star Wars, but like I haven't liked, a lot of the shows that have come out, but it doesn't even feel like Star Wars. It just feels like a fucking cool, like,
that's how Rogue One felt to me. The movie Rogue One.
I mean, he's the character in Rogue One.
I just saw Rogue One for the first time maybe a month ago. I was over at my brother's and he's like, "You haven't seen Rogue One? All right, so we watched it, and I was like, okay, this is really good."
Yeah.
And go watch Andor.
Turns out if there's stakes in a movie, people enjoy it more. Crazy. I did watch the first episode of season 3 of The Mandalorian, and I fucking hated it because you had to watch Boba Fett and like all this. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm out. Which is too bad because the first season was good.
I gave Ahsoka a try, but you have to have I think you legitimately have to watch all the animated Star Wars shows to really appreciate it.
I saw that about Ahsoka. Like literally, they were like, "It's genuinely really good, but
it's like
you
a
have
sequel
to have seen this series and this series to."
I don't have time for that.
The most baffling thing, because it takes place in this, very consistent Star Wars cinematic, kind of universe. They start the show like by doing a clear, all the characters are from the Star Wars. You're supposed to kind of understand the backstory. Like I was able to pick it up, but they're like saying they have this monument honoring the heroes of like the war that are from the animated show, and in the monument it's like the pictures of them are animated in the style of the animated show in the real world.
Okay.
And it's fucking insane to see. Like it's so weird to see. If you didn't know about the shows,
they really wanted it to be heavy-handed. Like, look, it's from the animation.
It's like one of the most, jarring things I've seen. It was so strange.
Pass. Hard pass.
One other thing I thought we were saying, Pedro Pascal, feather in his cap. Pedro Pascal just got cast to play Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four.
Damn.
And I'm pumped. I don't care about being down on Marvel. I'm so pumped for Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic.
All right, game over. Rip Marvel.
Yep.
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying things now.
Sorry, it's no Blue Beetle.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. I want to shout out a few comedy specials that I saw and enjoyed. Mike Birbiglia, Old Man in the Pool. Pete Holmes, I Am Not For Everyone. Love that one. John Mulaney, Baby J. Great. Mark Norman, Soup to Nuts. And Stavros Halkias, Fat Rascal. All incredible. All on Netflix. All worth your time. Cool. Anybody have anything else from 2023 or beyond they want to quick talk about before we get to the game of Golden Globe picks?
The only other thing I'd mention is since you talked about comedy specials, off the most recent season of Taskmaster.
Oh,
Lucy Beaumont
yeah,
is like the funniest person I have seen in a very long time.
So good.
And it doesn't seem to be a lot out there, at least that we can get on I think a lot of the stuff that she's done before is probably kind of too British.
Yeah.
But from this other stuff I've been able to find, oh my god, she cracks me up.
Big shout out to Taskmaster this season. That was so good. The Australian kid made me laugh. Cringe at first and then laugh my ass off the rest of the time at him. But I can't watch his stand up because it's too not for me. But
I saw a couple of his stand up clips, and at a certain point I just remember like I was halfway through the video and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah. Is it the PowerPoint one?
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Yeah, I watched that entire thing. I don't care. It's so good.
Oh my god.
It's exactly what you'd expect.
What was her name again? The one you said?
Lucy Beaumont.
Lucy Beaumont.
Lucy Beaumont.
Did you watch like her comedy?
No, that's what I was saying. I couldn't find a lot. I could find clips.
Yeah.
But I was unable to find like any whole special that she did.
She is married to John Richardson of 8 out of 10 Cats and also Taskmaster. Yeah. So they have some stuff together that's pretty funny. Yeah, Taskmaster was great. Lucy Beaumont's great. That was a great shout. Thank you, Jake. Nate, do you have another one?
I thought of so this year I read The Three Body Problem. It's a trilogy. It's incredible. Very hard, dry sci-fi, but like it's really good. But next year, Netflix is coming out with a series based on it. Ooh. I mean, it is. Could be amazing, could be terrible. It's going to be very hard to portray.
That's the Netflix gamble.
But Netflix and just adapting this at all, I don't know how it's going to work. But I'm excited it's a series and not a movie. Yeah. Kind of what we were saying. This would not work as a movie, but based on the trailer, they're going all out on the like cinematics. And if they can keep any of the story, it'll be pretty interesting.
Dope. That's great. Big shout out to books. Huge. Books. No, I'm actually starting to read more. I'm reading the Psalm the Wild Built. It's about this like tea monk that meets a robot after they like split worlds. That's pretty good. And a book called The 90s by Chuck Klosterman, who is hilarious. Anywho, welcome to the Golden Globes. Hi, we're gonna sing you off and be drunk because it's the Golden Globes. No one gives a shit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through each category. We're not gonna give you anything other than the name and maybe the movie it was in. It's up to you to decide who you're voting for very quickly. You can follow along on the sheet I provided. That's Insider Baseball. We have docs we share. We're going to go right down the line, and we're going to mark who guesses what, and then we'll score them.
Oh, we don't have access.
I don't know. Oh, you beat me to it. The Inside is Baseball. We're also not very organized.
Hilarious.
We have one sheet that Ben erases and we rewrite over every week.
There you go.
Ben branched down and made a new sheet.
There we go.
Hell yeah, dude. So what we're going to do is go through, and then after the Golden Globes happen, we'll come back on another episode and see who gets the most points. 1 point for getting it correct. No points for not getting it correct. I know.
That's awesome. I haven't seen any of the movies for Best Director
great?
Except for Barbie.
Same. Yeah, I've seen Oppenheimer too, but that was it.
I am really excited for Poor Things, but didn't it just come out like this week?
Yeah.
It looks so good.
It looks awesome. Okay, so first
it's definitely not going to win though.
I don't know. Best Director in a Motion Picture. We have Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Celine Song for Past Lives, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Greta Gerwig Barbie, Marty Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things. I'm going to go with ye old Christopher Nolan.
I'm also going Christopher Nolan.
Okay. Nate?
I will go with Scorsese.
Oh, good choice.
I haven't seen it. I'm just.
Yeah. I've heard it's really good. I'm looking forward to watching it on Apple TV Plus when it comes out, but they won't tell us when that's going to be. So, thanks a lot, Apple. Best Motion Picture Animated. The Boy and the Heron. Elemental. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The Super Mario Brothers movie. Suzumi. And Wish. This is the category I've seen the most of the movies from. I've seen Elemental. It was okay. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Dope. Super Mario Brothers movie. Dope. I'm good to see The Boy and the Heron.
Nice.
I don't know.
I should go see about that.
I think I'm going to pick Boy and the Heron.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay. Jake?
We're trying to guess what's going to win, right?
Yeah.
Put me for...
I was going to say, in the last one, I picked, like, based on what I thought was going to win, not what I wanted. Yeah. But this one, I'm picking The Boy and the Heron because I want it to win, and
sometimes it feels
I have
good.
A feeling it has a chance.
Yeah, sometimes it feels good to do that.
I think... Put Mario for me.
Nice, okay.
I think Spider-Man... I can't decide between Mario and
Spider-Man has a good chance.
Yeah, Spider-Man's got a good chance too.
If Mario wins, I liked Mario, but if Mario wins, I'm fucking out.
Best Motion Picture Drama. Anatomy of a Fall. Another movie I can't wait to watch. Killers of the Flower Moon. Past Lives. The Zone of Interest. Maestro. And Oppenheimer.
I'm going to say Oppenheimer again.
Okay.
I'm probably going to say Oppenheimer every time it's up.
That's totally loud. Nate is going to say Killers of the Flower Moon.
Stubbornly putting my eggs in a different basket.
I'm going to put Oppenheimer as well. I think it's going to win Best Picture. Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. We have Air. American Fiction. Also looks awesome. Can't wait to watch it. Barbie. The Holdovers. May December. And Poor Things.
Barbify me.
Nate's putting Barbie.
I can do it myself.
Jake's putting Barbie. I'm going to put Barbie. I don't see a way.
Make me feel bad about how little I've seen.
That doesn't. Oh, I know.
Sure,
this is how I
always
like.
Does, but
I swear to God, the first 2 months of the new year, all I do is watch these movies, and I'm like, what? I don't get it.
Oh, I don't have edit access.
You do.
I have view only.
No, you got edit.
I'll show you. It says
close it and open
only.
it again. Close it and open it again.
Or you can do it for me.
All right, but close it and open it again, and you have it.
Oh, fine.
Did it work? Hey, okay.
Anyway.
Next one. Best Motion Picture Non-English Language. We have Anatomy of a Fall again. Fallen Leaves. Io Capitano. Past Lives. Society of the Snow and The Zone of Interest. I'm going with Past Lives. I've only heard amazing things about that movie.
Going with
Nate?
Anatomy of a Fall.
Nice. That looks amazing. And Nate went with The Nazis. Zone of Interest. Take note, everybody.
Yikes.
I legitimately went with that movie because it was on another category, and I didn't know anything about any of these movies. I was like,
The Zone of Interest is a movie about a family of Nazis that live right next to, I think, Dachau, like a concentration camp. And it looks nuts, and I can't wait to watch it. But it looks wild at the same time. And Anatomy of a Fall is about it's about a family of 3. The dad falls out of the second-story window and dies, and the mom and the son are the only 2 there. And the son has to be...
I can see a trailer for that for sure.
Yeah, the son has to be like a witness to decide what happened, and it looks great again. Next up, we have Best Original Score, Motion Pictures, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Poor Things, Boy and the Heron, Oppenheimer, Zone of Interest, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oppenheimer. Sweep.
Oppenheimer again for Jake. Nate, you're putting Boy and the Heron. I'm going to put... I think Oppenheimer would win sound editing. I don't think it's going to win Best Score. I'm going to guess one. I'm going to put Poor Things because I think that movie's going to have a good shot at being cool musically. Best Original Song, Addicted to Romance by Bruce Springsteen. That's the one I remember. Dance of the Night, I'm Just Ken, Peaches, Road to Freedom, What Was I Made For? That's Billie Eilish. I remember that one too.
Peaches is by Jack Black.
Sure is. I'm going I'm Just Ken. Song kicks ass.
I have no reason to pick mine. I don't think I'm Just Ken or Peaches are gonna win. I don't really have a vibe for how the Golden Globes go, really, but
yeah,
I don't think they're gonna win.
So what did you pick, Nate?
I picked Road to Freedom because that sounds like something people would vote for.
Oh, no, that's fine. Oh, it's by Lenny Kravitz, and it's from the movie Rustin. Cool. Good choice.
I feel like we haven't even heard of that movie. You got called out because it's so good.
Yep, exactly. And Jake picked Peaches. Peaches.
Fuck
Peaches.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Now we're on to TV. Best performance by a female actor in a limited series. Brie Larson, Lessons in Chemistry. Ali Wong, Beef. Elizabeth Olsen, Love and Death. Juno Temple, Fargo. Rachel Weisz, Dead Ringers. And Riley Keough, Daisy and the Jones and the Six. I think Juno Temple has crushed it in Fargo, so I'm going Juno Temple.
I haven't seen any of these shows, so I'm going to guess Ali Wong, Beef.
I've heard such good things about that show.
That's the only thing I've watched a couple episodes of.
Did you like it?
How did Ali Wong
do? I liked it. She's good.
Is she the best, you would say?
Better than any of the things I haven't seen on the States.
Best performance by a female actor in a motion picture drama. Annette Bening from Nyad. It's the one about the lady that swims the English Channel when she's like 65. Kaylee Spaney, Priscilla. Carey Mulligan, Maestro. Greta Lee, Past Lives. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. And Sandra Hula, Anatomy of a Fall. Sight unseen, I'm going with Lily Gladstone. Killers of the Flower Moon.
I'm going to say Maestro.
Oh, Carey Mulligan, she's good. I like her.
Oh, actually, seen trailers for that. That did look really good.
Yeah. Nice, good choice. Nate also went with Maestro. Performance by a female actor in a motion picture comedy. Alma Poisti, Fallen Leaves. Emma Stone, Poor Things. Fantasia Barrino, The Color Purple. J-Law, No Hard Feelings. Margot Robbie, Barbie. Natalie Portman, May December. I mean, it's Margot Robbie. I feel like that's a gimme.
I do think Poor Things is going to be my favorite of these, but
yes,
haven't seen it yet, and I don't think it's going to win.
No. But I do think Margot Robbie's Barbie was like the perfect casting. And
did we do No Hard Feelings, or did we just talk about it? That was really good too.
I haven't watched it. It's on Netflix. It's on my short list.
Yeah. Oh, it's really good, and yeah, I like seeing Jennifer Lawrence just go for it.
Full nude.
Not exactly what I was referring to.
Oh, okay. It's true. Okay. Yeah. It's a part of it. Yeah. Best performance by a female actor in a supporting role in any movie. Divine Joy Randolph, The Holdovers. Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple. Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer. Jodie Foster, Nyad. Julianne Moore, May December. And Rosamund Pike, Saltburn.
Oppenheimer, sweet.
I didn't like Emily Blunt as her character.
I didn't.
Which I think is the point, but like, I wasn't wooed by anything she did. I'm gonna go with Divine Joy Randolph from The Holdovers because just from the trailer, she was hilarious. God, I was hoping Nate wouldn't pick Saltburn because that was my other one I was gonna pick.
I don't care if it wins. She's great.
Oh damn! I should pick that one. Okay, good choice. Good choice. Now we're on TV. Best performance by a female actor in a supporting role on TV. Abby Elliott as Shug in The Bear. Christina Ricci in Yellow Jackets. Elizabeth Debicki in The Crown. Hannah Waddingham, Ted Lasso. She played the owner. J. Smith Cameron in Succession. She played the lawyer lady, the older one that's like fucking around with Kieran Culkin. And Meryl Streep, Only Murders in the Building.
Ooh, it feels really tough not voting for Meryl Streep, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. I went with Hannah Waddingham, Ted Lasso, because
I'm gonna agree.
She was awesome this season. She had a couple episodes on her own. She got to do her thing. I really liked it. Nate's going with Shug from The Bear. Wait, are you changing your mind?
I think I am.
Uh-oh. Who are you going with?
Well, I Just saw that you both went with Hannibal Lecter, and I don't want to vote the same for both of you.
Why not? What if we're all right? Yeah.
You never know.
She was so good. I really liked her in that. This is another big one. Best female actor in a TV series comedy. Ayo Edebiri from The Bear. She plays Sid. Elle Fanning from The Great. Natasha Lyonne, Poker Face. Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary. Rachel Brosnahan, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And Selena Gomez, Only Murders in the Building.
What is Only... Have we talked about Only Murders in the Building?
I just started that too. Very funny. Really like that show.
Yeah. We watched season 2. It's good.
Yeah. I think Quinta Brunson, based on the episodes I've seen of Abbott Elementary, is very good. I think Sid was fine in The Bear this season, but I think she didn't stand out. She did, though. She was really good.
I think she did.
Yeah, she was good. So Nate's going with Ayo Edebiri, and Jake's going with Rachel Brosnahan. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She's won before. That's a good choice.
I'm behind on that show.
Never seen it.
Also never seen it, but I know it sounds like a show that would win an award.
You know why I've never seen it? It's on Amazon Prime.
Damn. Amazon.
I'm going to watch it out of spite.
Best female performance, female actor, TV drama. Interesting that I had to do that intro for this person, but Bella Ramsey, who I believe identifies as they, them.
Oh, yeah.
The Last of Us. Emma Stone, The Curse, which I haven't seen yet, but is on my short list. That looks awesome. It's Nathan Fielder's new show. Helen Mirren, 1923. Yeah. Yeah,
that
exactly.
Nuts.
Looks wild. Imelda Staunton, The Crown. Kerry Russell, The Diplomat. And Sarah Snook, Succession.
Oh, I forgot about The Diplomat.
I didn't know what that was.
The Diplomat's really good. We watched... I forgot about it because we watched the first season, which is the only one that's out, in like a day.
Damn.
It's a short series. It's really good.
What's it on?
I have no idea.
I'm looking it up. Netflix. Hey, I can watch it. That's what Nate went with. Is Kerry Russell and that, and me and Jake both went with Bella Ramsey, The Last of Us. Sarah Snook is real close for me on that one because she did really well this year in Succession.
I feel like Succession's gonna walk away with nothing.
I disagree because
no, they'll get. All right, we'll get there.
Yeah. Kieran Culkin should win Best Actor. Spoiler alert for me. Best performance by a male actor in a limited TV series: David Oyelowo for Lawman, John Hamm for Fargo, Matt Bomer, Fellow Travelers, Sam Claflin, Daisy Jones and the Six, Stephen Yeun, Beef, Woody Harrelson, White House Plumbers. I wasn't wowed by John Hamm in Fargo, so I'm going with Stephen Yeun in Beef. Off of nothing but the trailers and the fact that I like Stephen Yeun a lot.
I'm gonna.
That's good enough.
Just bet on John Hamm.
Nice. John Hamm has a huge hog, so good thing to bet on. Best actor in a motion picture drama: Andrew Scott, All of Us Strangers; Barry Keoghan, Saltburn; Bradley Cooper, Maestro; Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer; Coleman Domingo, Rustin. Hey, your best song pick.
Has Leonardo DiCaprio won? Oh, maybe he's won a Golden Globe.
He won for The Revenant.
I feel like he hasn't won an Oscar yet, right?
He did. He won for The Revenant.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. And then Leo DiCaprio, Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm going with Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Feels like this was like made for him this year.
Oppenheimer sweep.
I refuse to vote a single Oppenheimer.
Nate, what'd you go with?
I don't even want to say his last name.
Keoghan.
Yeah. I'm with Barry Keoghan, Saltburn.
He's great, I'm sure. Leonardo DiCaprio has won 3 Golden Globes: The Aviator, The Wolf of Wall Street, and The Revenant. He was nominated for What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Titanic, Catch Me If You Can, The Departed, Blood Diamond, Revolutionary Road, J. Edgar, Django Unchained, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Don't Look Up, and Killers of the Flower Moon. Best actor in a movie comedy: male actor, Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. That looks awesome too. I don't know if you've seen that trailer. It's like African American experience in writing books, and yeah.
Oh my god, that looks. We were gonna go see that on Wednesday. We didn't end up getting to go, but it looks incredible.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So we have Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction, Joaquin Phoenix in Beau is Afraid, Matt Damon in Air, Nicolas Cage in Dream Scenario, Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers, and Timothée Chalamet in Wonka.
A lot of smash comedies this year.
Yeah.
I think Wonka seems like a award show bait a little bit.
I can see that. I'm going to go with Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers. And Nate went with Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction. All good choices. What could happen? Performance by a male actor in a supporting role, movie. Charles Melton, May December. Mark Ruffalo, Poor Things. Rob De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon. Bob Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Ryan Gosling, Barbie. Willem Dafoe, Poor Things. It's
Okay,
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling deserves this.
Yeah, it's Gosling. That's a good one. We all went Gosling. Best performance by a male actor supporting television. Alan Ruck, Succession. Alexander Skarsgård, Succession. Billy Crudup, The Morning Show. Eben Moss Bacharach, The Bear. James Marsden, Jury Duty. Matthew McFadyen, Succession. Eben Moss plays Richie, and Richie this season was incredible in The Bear, so I am going with him.
Who are the Succession guys?
Alan Ruck plays the brother who we don't really care about. I can't remember his name.
I had to look up. Look up Richie.
Yeah. Richie is so good.
His
cousin. Yeah. Alexander Skarsgård plays the rich internet guy who's going to buy the company, and Matthew McFadyen plays Sarah Snook's husband, Tom Wobstone.
Yeah, you know what? That one's for Tom.
Tom was really good this year. I'll give
Empty suit. Give him an award.
Nate correctly chose Richie, and Jake will find out why when he watches that show. But I agree, Tom is a real close second for me. That's a good choice. Here's where I don't think The Bear's going to win, but it certainly could. Best performance male actor TV comedy. This is a tough one. Bill Hader, Barry, last season. Jason Segel, Shrinking. Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso, last season. Jeremy Allen White, The Bear. Martin Short and Steve Martin, Only Murders in the Building.
These are all good.
I know.
I've roughly seen all of them. I haven't seen Shrinking.
It's good, but I'm not voting for him. So that should, I'm going Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso.
Same.
Yeah.
I put Bill Hader and Barry, but then I switched to.
I don't think Barry was good this year.
It wasn't as good. It's still good.
Ted Lasso's
Ted
gonna
Lasso
win,
is hard to compete.
but Bill Hader deserves a nod for Barry.
Damn, nice. Jake's going against the grain. I love to see it. Okay, here we go. Best male actor TV drama. Brian Cox, Succession. Dominic West, The Crown. Gary Oldman, Slow Horses. Jeremy Strong, Succession. Kieran Culkin, Succession. Pedro Pascal, The Last of Us. I think Kieran Culkin deserves this more than any other person deserves any of these awards. Personally. I think Kieran Culkin's performance this year in Succession was unbelievable. Like the way that he blew up at Alexander Skarsgård, that one episode where they were out in the mountains, the way he broke down during the episode of the funeral, the way that he gave up in the last episode, like he was just all over the place and he played it so well. I really like that one. Nate went along with me with Succession. Yep. And Jake, Daddy Pedro.
Oh, yeah.
He was great too. That was really good.
Brian Cox is really good. Jeremy Strong's really good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Crown or Slow Horses, but this seems like I bet everybody was good.
Yeah, that's a really tough one, I think. They've all been kind of tough, but that one especially stands out. Best TV limited series. All the Light We Cannot See. Beef. Daisy Jones and the Six. Fargo. Fellow Travelers. Lessons in Chemistry. I've loved it this year. I'm going Fargo.
Really know any of these?
Daisy Jones and the Six comes up a lot. I'll probably try to watch that. Beef I want to watch. Yep, you guys both went Beef. That's a good choice. It looked interesting. I like it. Best TV comedy series.
Is The Bear a comedy?
They say it is.
Some of them are like pushing it, but I cannot think.
Yeah.
I mean, there's funny moments, obviously, but like.
Yeah. Genres are dead.
It's a comedy to me.
Genres are dead. but
That's
you
fair.
have to put it somewhere.
I would put it as a drama. I would definitely put it as a drama.
Yeah.
It's on Google. They call it a drama comedy.
They also have to like try to win this thing, so they're going to nominate.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they put themselves for comedy, but
100%.
However it works.
Best TV series comedy: Abbott Elementary, Barry, Jury Duty, Only Murders in the Building, Ted Lasso, The Bear. I got to go The Bear. Nate
Ted Lasso.
went Ted Lasso.
I'm gonna say Ted Lasso.
Damn, those are good choices. I like that a lot. Yeah, I think The Bear's incredible. I love Ted Lasso too. That's a really good choice. I could honestly see any of those winning because I've heard really good things about Jury Duty, and I really want to watch it. But again, it's on Prime, so tough. Best TV series drama: 1923, Succession, The Crown, The Diplomat, The Last of Us, The Morning Show. I'm going Succession.
I don't think it could be anything else.
It's a hard sell for me for anything else.
Fine.
What were you deciding between?
I have no. The Last of Us is the only thing I've really. I like The Diplomat, but I don't think it is gonna win.
Got it.
And The Last of Us I really like, but I don't think it's gonna win. So.
Got it. And the last category that we're going to go through: cinematic and box office achievement. This is the new one this year. This is for the other movies that aren't cinema, but they are like good in theaters, I guess. But there are some cinematic movies in here too.
We still get it.
Yeah, Barbie, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Here you go, Jake. John Wick 4, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, Oppenheimer, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Taylor Swift: The Eras Tour, and Super Mario Brothers movie.
I'm Googling what their definition of this award is.
So I don't think they know. But based on like what our conversation was earlier, I think cultural impact is going to play into this, and I think Jake's right that Barbie had the biggest one. So I'm going Barbie.
Yeah, I kind of want to go Barbie on this too, just because I think it's gonna.
Oh, this is so weird. Box office receipt of 150 million. 100 million which must be domestic and or obtain commensurate digital streaming viewership.
Mm-hmm. That's just all you need to get in.
Wow, so this is the list of movies that did the best.
And were nominated and chosen based on that baseline. So like anybody who had those could have put themselves up for it, and then the Academy or in this case the Golden Globes.
It's
whatever,
crazy that Taylor Swift can make the list just by streaming a concert.
Yeah, it's wild, right? It's crazy. We all picked
Barbie because I didn't want to pick a sequel. Super Mario Brothers is not that good.
Damn.
And
I
refuse to pick Oppenheimer.
I feel like this will be the one that they won't give to Oppenheimer because this is their chance to because they're not saying that Barbie is better than Oppenheimer.
No.
Which I think it is, but they're not going to say that.
No.
But this is their chance to be like, oh no, this award is just recognizing Barbie.
Yep, I agree. The achievement that Barbie was and is. That's the Golden Globes, everybody, and that's our episode. I want to thank Nate and Jake for joining me, as always. If you like this, follow us on wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, wherever, Apple Podcasts. If you do us on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review. You can also follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/@RumandCinema to see these videos in full or little snippets, as well as on TikTok @RumandCinema. Nate, Jake, thanks for joining me as always. Enjoy your rum. Enjoy your cinema. We'll see you next time.